And when there is time to talk, there is absolutely no work to talk about. Today, let's time travel a little. Not too far back, just a few weeks ago. So this box has been packed, finished, and has said goodbye to my studio some time back. As an artist, sometimes to tell stories as I'm in the middle of things is really not in my hands. When there is work, there is so much work that there is no time to talk. And when there is time to talk, there is absolutely no work to talk about. But luckily for you and me, the footage of the entire process is saved and secure on my hard drive. So today, let's go back in time. We'll not go.
The world we are trying to create with the box is still far away. Before the artwork can become itself, it is first just a feeling, like the ritual of adornment, a quiet memory of care.
What did she tell you?
She said that on the 9th and the 23rd of July, that the little
She said she was cross.
A lot of you ask how I transfer patterns, but there is no one way. It always depends on what we are trying to create. For this box, I'm drawing directly using handmade stencils and everyday objects like circular plates.
So the story of this box I'm talking about, not this, the one I'm talking about, begins with a request. The client who commissioned it had seen a piece I made some time back and she had loved it. She asked me, can you make something like this but bigger? Now I normally am not one for repeating motifs. It is the most boring thing on earth to do for me. When someone connects with something deeply, I try to listen. What made it interesting for me this time was that the scale of the work had changed. I got to experiment with a very different size, although with similar concepts that we had worked on the smaller box. When the size changes, there is a possibility for the entire visual language to shift. And that is something I was really looking forward to in this process. So I took the same motifs, stretched them out, shifted the colors a little, and that's how the journey began.
The color palette for the top uses warm ochre, reds and oranges for the center and pulls in a cool toned sea green on the edges to hold everything together. And now for the finer motifs. The box is going to have the Hamsa motifs on all four corners, just like the smaller box. I'm practicing its lines on paper before I start sketching it directly on the surface. Linked to the goddess of learning, Saraswati, this motif, also known as the Annapakshi, is a swan-like mythical bird seen across Indian art. For me, it always has been a symbol of grace and the ability to see clearly, to separate what matters from what doesn't. Don't get swayed by how easy this looks on time lapse. Many mistakes have been made while transferring the pattern onto the box, and a lot gets corrected in paint. Outlining with a dark brown or a soft charcoal color provides the pattern with much needed definition. With the Anapakshi complete, I move on to finishing the edges of the lid. I'm keeping it very simple here, just a band of multicolored checks. The paintwork on the lid is done, but the box is far from finished. There's still another layer of detail waiting to unfold. To start work on the front panel, I had to shift the box to another table just to get the right height for painting while standing. It makes a big difference when you're working for hours. As I continue to work now, you will see me sketching the layout for the front. While the top of the box has been more minimal, the front is where I'm letting things get intricate. I'm using a Mughal style jal pattern here, a lattice of curves and connections. The sides will balance that density out with a simpler solid orange band. Even though the color palette stays the same, there's a little shift in the language on the front. On the top, the green was on the outlines, but here, on the front of the box, it takes center stage. Around this time, you'll start to see a floral Buddha pattern begin to emerge on the orange band. Floral Buddhas are among the most enduring motifs in Indian design, usually small, often repetitive, but far from just decorative. They carry centuries of textile tradition, echoing hand-block prints and fine embroidery. I'm placing two prominent Buddha patterns right in the front, which will become better visible as the painting nears completion. With the top and front done, I'm starting work on the sides now. I'm drawing a bold lattice pattern here inspired by Islamic geometric art, something that supports the overall design without pulling too much focus. Unlike the top and the front, the color scheme on the sides are a little simpler. That shift, I feel, helps the whole box feel more balanced. With that, the paintwork on the box is mostly done. I just have the back left, and then it will be ready for the next and most important stage, decoupage and the final surface motifs. Unfortunately though, this is all I had time for in this part. Trust me, I did not want to turn this into a two-part video, but if you saw the amount of footage I had to trawl through, you would understand why fitting everything into one vlog just was not possible. The next vlog is already in the making and it will be dropping soon. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, do leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer. As always, like, share, subscribe, and also do not forget to hit the bell icon. Your support means a lot as usual. Before I go though, I thought I'd lay out a mood board for you, a quiet clue to the theme of the box. Part 1 was full of mundane work. The real beauty and shape and the transformation begins in part 2.